A big development in Meek Mill's ongoing fight with the criminal justice system. Today, the judge ruled the Philadelphia rap artist will not get a new trial.
We try to be better, but they labeled us felons, sent us back to jail. I had to fight against that the whole time to gain my respect and be who I am today.
In a 64-page opinion, Judge Janice Brinkley said that Mill's lawyers failed to meet the burden of proof. Mill was convicted on gun and drug charges in 2008. His lawyers argued that he should be granted a new trial because the officer who arrested him was allegedly corrupt.
Buses glowing with the words, "Stand with Meek Mill."
Judge Janice Brinkley, serving on the Philadelphia Court of Common Pleas, came under intense scrutiny due to her handling of the high-profile case involving rapper Meek Mill, Robert Rye Meek Williams. While she has presided over numerous cases throughout her judicial career, it is the Meek Mill case that has drawn the most attention and accusations of potential judicial misconduct and corruption. We delve into the specifics of the Meek Mill case, exploring the actions taken by Judge Brinkley, the criticisms leveled against her, and the broader implications of her conduct. Meek Mill was arrested in 2007 on drug and gun charges.
When I turned 16, 17, I migrated to a neighborhood where my father was killed, and I thought the best decision was to carry a firearm in that dangerous area where we've seen a lot of murder take place. And I ended up catching the case, and when I caught a case, a cop charged me with pointing a gun at a cop. In the part that you left out too, a direct sell was selling. I made a vow to myself not to sell, just because a lot of women in my neighborhood, a lot of family members was on. So my choice as an 18-year-old, I was always selling marijuana, but unfortunately I still got found guilty for selling and pointing at a officer.
At the time, he was 19 years old and living in North Philadelphia. In 2008, Judge Janice Brinkley sentenced Mill to 11 to 23 months in prison, followed by 10 years of probation. The length of the probation term would later become a focal point of controversy, as Mill repeatedly found himself back in court for probation violations. Over the next decade, Meek Mill was brought before Judge Brinkley several times for alleged probation violations. These violations range from failed drug tests and unauthorized travel to minor infractions such as popping a wheelie on a dirt bike. The most significant development occurred in 2017 when Judge Brinkley sentenced Mill to 2 to 4 years in prison for violating his probation, even though the charges from the dirt bike incident were eventually dropped. This decision sparked outrage and a public outcry, with many accusing Brinkley of being unduly harsh and punitive. Meek Mill's legal team and various supporters claimed that Judge Brinkley had developed a personal vendetta against Mill. They cited several instances where she was acting unfairly. In one instance, asking Meek Mill to do a remake of the Boyz II Men song on Bended Knee, putting her name in it, a request that he reportedly refused.
In every other case in which the district attorney has asked for a new trial, defendants have got it immediately. 1,500 cases have all been treated the same way. Why is ours being treated differently?
Brinkley personally visited a homeless shelter where Mill was performing court-ordered community service, a move seen by many as an unusual and excessive show of oversight.
As of right now, Philadelphia probation laws, if you come in contact with police, no matter if you're found guilty or you're innocent of a crime, legally you're still allowed to be put in jail.
The perceived injustice of the case galvanized public figures, celebrities, and the broader public. High-profile supporters like Jay-Z and Kevin Hart spoke out against Brinkley's rulings, framing them as emblematic of systemic issues within the U.S. criminal justice system. Meek Mill's legal team worked tirelessly to challenge Brinkley's rulings, arguing that her decisions were not only biased, but also legally questionable. The Pennsylvania Supreme Court eventually intervened, ordering Mill's release in April 2018 after 5 months in prison. Officer Reginald Graham was the arresting officer in Meek Mill's 2007 case, leading to charges of drug and gun possession. Graham claimed that he witnessed Meek Mill selling crack cocaine, saw him brandishing a gun, and that Mill assaulted police officers during the arrest. Graham's testimony was crucial in securing Meek Mill's conviction, which led to a lengthy probation period that would become a central issue in the rapper's subsequent legal battles. Years after Meek Mill's conviction, Officer Graham's credibility came under serious scrutiny. It was revealed that Graham had been named on a secret list maintained by the Philadelphia District Attorney's Office, which identified officers who were considered unreliable to testify in court due to credibility concerns. Multiple reports surfaced that Graham had a history of falsifying evidence and other forms of misconduct. Former colleagues testified that Graham had lied under oath and had been involved in theft during police raids, further tainting his credibility. The revelations about Graham's alleged corruption were pivotal in efforts to overturn Meek Mill's conviction. In 2018, Philadelphia District Attorney Larry Krasner supported Meek Mill's appeal, citing the credibility issues surrounding Graham. This eventually led to the overturning of Meek Mill's conviction and the order for a new trial, with the charges later being dropped entirely. Judge Brinkley was transferred to civil court amid growing concerns about her ethics and work management. Brinkley's pending criminal cases were reportedly reassigned and subjected to reviews by various lawyers and judges, who allegedly found a pattern of questionable rulings and behavior. These include imposing illegal sentences, allowing sentences to run past their maximum date, and failing to quickly address cases remanded to her by higher courts.